What's shaking, YouTube? And welcome back into our Invest Cards of the Week. It's the Cardboard Critic Sports Card Podcast live from our new studio that isn't even set up yet, really. Apologize once again. I moved across state lines, both home and my office and filming spaces. So it's been wild the past couple weeks getting content out to you guys. But we made it for this week. You know the drill: a safe card, a high risk, high reward card, an undervalued card, and a badass card coming at you for this week. As always, the views expressed in this show are the sole opinions of me and do not constitute professional investment advice. Please do your own research and make your own decisions when investing in sports cards and memorabilia. And with that, let's kick things off with our safe card of the week, and it is Christy Mathewson, pitcher for the New York Giants. We're looking at his 1909 T206 dark cap cigarette card in PSA graded condition. Keep in mind, these cigarette cards have a lot of different backs on them, but this is an iconic set. The monster set, as it is known as. Yes, that's the same set that the infamous T206 Honus Wagner is out of. You want to get a PSA 1 of this, you're looking around $450. That is down 37.9% over the past 6 months. You want to get a PSA 2, that's around $921. That is also down 47% over the past year. PSA 3, you can see there around $2750. PSA 4, $3207. PSA 5, $3550. PSA 7 is $17,000. Keep in mind, vintage is a lot more about the eye appeal in terms of really all the grades. It's not like modern cards where you're either getting like an 8, a 9, or a 10. So they are down, but it is possible that the condition of those sales, the condition of those cards that were sold were just really bad condition. But absolutely epic player, absolutely epic set, epic card. I mean, who doesn't want a 1909 cigarette card from the Honus Wagner set? Like, who doesn't? Christy Mathewson, in his career, has 373 wins. He had 373 wins, 188 losses, a 2.13 ERA, and 2,502 strikeouts. He was top 10. He is top 10 all-time in wins, shutouts, and ERA. He's a two-time World Series champion in 1905 and 1921. He won the Triple Crown twice. He led the NL in wins 4 times. He led the NL in ERA 5 times. He led the NL in strikeouts 5 times. He threw 2 no-hitters. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1936. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Christy Mathewson was one of the first 5 players inducted into the Hall of Fame. That is really, really cool. He also served as a captain in the U.S. Army in 1918, where he was in the Chemical Warfare Service. He was part of the 1st Gas Regiment during World War I on the Western Front. I think that's something that's so incredible and historic about these types of cards. Not only are the cards and sets they come from historic, but they coincide with historic times in history, you know? He had a few nicknames. People called Christy Mathewson Big Six. They called him the Christian Gentleman, Matty, Gentleman's Hurler, excuse me. And unfortunately, he passed at just 45 years old from tuberculosis, and that was probably from exposure to chemical weapons during his military training and service. Now, remember, condition and eye appeal are paramount with these cards, as are the backs, because some backs are more valuable than others. But this checks all the boxes for me. PSA 1 and 2, down 37 to 47% over the past 6 months to a year, check. The most famous card set ever produced, debatably, check. A Hall of Famer, check. Under $500 or $1,000 for a good 2, check. Iconic player with military history, a true American hero along with sports history, check. What more can you possibly ask for? If you can get it, this is his least expensive variation, of which there are several Christy Mathewson variations in the T206 set, but I love this one because it's not that expensive. High risk, high reward. Moving on for this week, we're talking about Connor McDavid, the center for the Edmonton Oilers. His 2015 Upper Deck Young Guns rookie card in a PSA 10 and a 9, as well as his 2015 Upper Deck Portraits rookie, and let's look at his O-Pee-Chee Platinum Marquee rookies as well in a PSA 9 if you're looking for stuff a little more attainable. The Young Guns PSA 10 is down 6.4% over the past 2 weeks to $2,475. That doesn't make a ton of sense to me. His Young Guns PSA 9 is down 0.1% to $986. If you're looking more affordable, his Upper Deck Portraits card I think is a really good looking card for 54 bucks in raw condition right now. And the O-Pee-Chee Platinum Marquee rookies, I really like that card actually. Has really good eye appeal to it. That's 120 bucks right now, up 26.3% over the past couple weeks. Now the Oilers are obviously playing for the Stanley Cup starting Wednesday against the Florida Panthers. Connor McDavid has arguably been one of the best, if not the best player in the NHL for a while now. At just 28 years old, he has amassed 1,082 career points, which is insane. To put that into perspective for you guys, he is well on pace, barring injury, to surpass the 2,000 career point mark someday, which, for those of you who don't follow hockey as much, that is something that only one man has ever done, and his name is Wayne Gretzky. Connor McDavid's 28 years old, guys, and he's already top 75 all time in career points. Already. Now, this would be McDavid's first Stanley Cup, and sorry, but Young Guns rookie cards in PSA 9 and 10 are down over the past 2 weeks. You best believe if they win it, they're going up. But that's the high risk, high reward part of this. They have to win it for that to happen because there is a little bit of price baked in already for sure. But it happens almost every time. There's another 20, 30, 40, 50% in there, maybe not 50. There's usually 20, 30% still in there, even when you have a little bit of stuff baked in. So here's the way I look at Connor McDavid and how I look at him on a high risk, high reward. Generational talent, first Stanley Cup on the line, barring injury, would be the second most point scorer of all time when it's all said and done, possibly. Yeah, huge reward if you're willing to stomach the risk of the Oilers beating the Panthers in this Stanley Cup Finals. I will certainly be watching. By the way, if you guys want access to all of our charts and numbers and find out how we comp cards and know what you should be paying for cards and track price movements of any card in any sport and sales across all platforms, we use the Market Movers website and the Market Movers app, and for a limited time, if you go to marketmovers.com on your computer or marketmovers.com on your phone, and you'd have to do it through the phone, you can't do it through the app. If you sign up with the code Hollywood, you'll get 2 weeks free trial with Market Movers, and then you'll get 20% off your subscription actually for the rest of your life, or as long as you keep the Market Movers subscription. So if you want to be able to comp cards like the pros, and see what things are selling for on eBay, on Golden, on Fanatics Collect, on Heritage, you name it, it tracks prices from all the different auction houses. But moving on to our undervalued card for the week, and this week we have Julio Rodriguez, finally, right? Outfielder for the Seattle Mariners, his 2019 Bowman Chrome First in a PSA 10, as well as his Chrome First autograph in a PSA 10. We're also gonna look at the BGS 9.5 gem. His first Chrome PSA 10 is down 49% to $25 over the past 60 days. The first Chrome autograph in a PSA 10 is down 27% to $660 over the past 60 days. And the Chrome Auto in a PSA 9 is down 24% to $459 over the past 60 days. If you look at the price between the 9 and the 10 of the autograph, usually a 10 is at least double the price of a 9. So with the price of a 9 sitting at $459 and the price of a 10 sitting at $660, I'm probably targeting the 10. But guys, I'm telling you, here comes mid-season Julio, and he is well off of highs, still just 24 years old. He does this every single year, starts horribly, then when the weather heats up and the summer comes in, he's one of the best 5 players in all of baseball and in MVP contention. In May, this past month, he hit 282 with 6 homers, 18 RBIs, a 783 OPS. So far in 2025, he's hitting just 244 with 10 homers, 32 RBIs, and 8 steals with a 730 OPS. But I'm telling you, it's always June, July, August for Julio. His OPS is up 140 points over the past month already. He's already accumulated half the WAR he had all of last season, even with the bad start again this year. I fully expect this kid, still just 24 years old, by the way, to put up an 800 plus OPS the rest of the way. I could see him putting up an OPS closer to 900. If things really go well for him. He's going to hit 30 homers and steal 30 bases. By the way, also 97th percentile in fielding range, 95th percentile in arm strength, and 94th percentile in sprint speed. And guess what? The Mariners are in first place in the AL West by half a game as of the filming of this. Of course, when this episode releases, that will probably change. But they have probably, when healthy, one of the top 3 pitching staffs in all of baseball, although they're a little bit banged up right now. I know Logan Gilbert's a little banged up. I know George Kirby hasn't been great or been a little bit banged up as well, among others. If they make a big mid-season trade for another big bat to help this team, I really think they could be elite. If the pitching comes back and is healthy and they trade for a bat, I think they can be elite. And again, this has been a pattern now for Julio for multiple seasons in a row. So if you're looking to add a Julio card, I would do it now because summer J-Rod is coming, and man, it is a show. Mid $600 for the PSA 10 auto. I mean, I have to think that if we do get Midsummer Night's Dream Julio again, I have to think that this will be $1,000 card again. I mean, this was $1,000 card just in the off season. So do what you want with that. I love Julio. I might pick one of those up. But moving on to our badass card for the week. It's our last card for the week, and we are going with Shohei Ohtani. We're going with a Shohei Ohtani rookie card, of course, DH and pitcher for the Los Angeles Dodgers. We're going to look at his 2018 Topps High Tech Portrait Tech rookie card in a PSA 9 and a PSA 10. The PSA 10 is down 49.8% to $150 over the past year. The PSA 9 is up 42% to $71 in the past year. So if you see that correction, now the PSA 9 is about half the price of the PSA 10. So those correcting seems a little more logical. But these are acetate sort of plastic rookie cards that are see-through, and they look awesome in hand. I'm telling you, they really do look cool in hand. And when you get them in a slab, having the combination of the clear slab and the clear acetate card, and it's an Ohtani rookie, right? In a PSA 10 for 150 bucks or a PSA 9 for 70 bucks, kind of a sleeper in my opinion. These do also come in parallels, different colors, which are really cool. They come in red and orange and green, as well as autographed, but obviously those are thousands of dollars, way more expensive. One of my favorite sleeper Ohtani cards, honestly, in terms of design. There just aren't many acetate clear Ohtani rookies. I know Clearly had them in autograph condition as well, but other than those two, other than High Tech and Clearly, I'm not sure if there's any other Topps variants that are acetate. Correct me if I'm wrong, but in 2025 so far, Shohei's hitting 298 with 22 homers, 37 RBIs, 11 steals, and a 1.062 OPS. He is on pace to hit 50 homers again. And the elephant in the room with Shohei is that he is pitching again and he will make his pitching debut for the Dodgers after the All-Star break, most likely. For those of you concerned about his elbow, about his strength, because he was kind of sitting low, 92, 93 in his first few bullpen sessions. He is now touching 97 in his latest pen session on the fastball, and he is throwing breaking balls now, and man, they looked awful good. I watched him throwing to some live batters. It was just crazy the way the ball was just breaking off. He's able to spin the ball in every direction, and so it's unbelievable. And I've said it once, I've said it a billion times with Shohei. If he hits 50 homers again and comes back and is his usual kind of Cy Young level self on the mound, and the Dodgers are in position to potentially repeat, Ohtani cards are doubling. I'm sorry. You probably think I'm crazy, but that's the reality of the situation. Because if that happens, he will solidify himself as the greatest baseball player, not just of this generation, but of all time, where level-wise, I'm saying level-wise, the only player you can compare him to is Babe Ruth, because they're the only two people that have done what he is doing. He is so unique and such a unicorn, it does not matter that he does not play the field. He does play the field. He's a pitcher, right? It's more impressive to be an all-star pitcher while being one of the best hitters ever than to only be a standard batter and playing the outfield, right? Because if Shohei really wanted to play the outfield, or the Dodgers really wanted to throw him out in the outfield, he could easily play the outfield. For those of you who don't know, he has played the outfield in Japan. So it's not like he cannot play the outfield. So DH and no defense is a stupid argument, in my opinion, when you're talking about Shohei Ohtani and whether he's the best player right now. I mean, it basically always comes down to, Ohtani Judge. Well, Judge plays the field. It doesn't matter that Judge plays the field. Judge isn't, don't get me wrong, he's the best hitter in baseball. Judge is the best hitter in baseball. But if you're talking overall player, when Shohei Ohtani is on a baseball mound, it's not even, they're not even, it's a stratospheric difference. Like, the comparison it's not even comparable, because there's only two players ever on this planet that are capable of doing what Shohei or Babe Ruth have done. A lot of people have done what Aaron Judge has done. But that'll wrap things up for this week's episode of the Cardboard Critics Sports Card Podcast, home of the Invest in These Cards Now cards of the week. If you enjoyed today's episode, won't you be so kind as to drop a like on this video? And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, because it really does help, and I appreciate the support from you. If you do want to get in touch, leave a comment down below as well. I do typically reply to those of you wanting to have respectful or substantive conversations. So until then, I'm Mr. Hollywood, and I'll see you next week for hopefully my first full week back in quite a while. So until then, thanks for joining me. Mr. Hollywood, out.